When you think of hot, you might think about the tragic time you ate too much wasabi. Or about getting into your car on a summer day when it feels more like stepping into a sauna. But heat can work in your favor, like during Verizon Red Hot Deal Days. Get hundreds of hot deals on all your favorites, like iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence, Apple Watch Series 10, and iPad, on any plan. Only until May 28th for new and existing customers. Offer available on My Plan. Only at Verizon.
Did you know that foreign investors are quietly funding lawsuits in American courts through a practice called third-party litigation funding? Shadowy overseas funders are paying to sue American companies in our courts, and they don't pay a dime in U.S. taxes if there is an award or settlement. They profit tax-free from our legal system, while U.S. companies are tied up in court, and American families pay the price, to the tune of $5,000 a year. But there is a solution. A new proposal before Congress would close this loophole and ensure these foreign investors pay taxes, just like the actual plaintiffs have to. It's a common-sense move that discourages frivolous and abusive lawsuits and redirects resources back into American jobs, innovation, and growth. Only President Trump and congressional Republicans can deliver this win for America and hold these foreign investors accountable. Contact your lawmakers today and demand they take a stand to end foreign-funded litigation abuse.
Picture this. You're in the garage, hands covered in grease, just finished up tuning your engine with a part you found on eBay. And you realize, you know what? I could also use new brakes. So where do you go next? Back to eBay. And you've got eBay Guaranteed Fit. You order a part, and if it doesn't fit, send it back. Simple as that. So when you dive into your next car project, start with eBay. All the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. What does the term digital workplace mean to you? In today's world of AI, robotics, and AR, it's much more than an office full of people on computers. It can be anywhere from a factory floor to the top of a crane to the cockpit of an F1 car. Wherever your digital workplace may be, TeamViewer's mission is to make work better. How? By securely connecting your people with the data, expertise, or insights they need in real time to make work more efficient. By automating and streamlining IT and OT support to fix problems before they happen, to make work more productive. And by bringing all the possibilities of a secure and flexible digital workplace to all your people everywhere to make work more innovative. So discover how TeamViewer can make work better, wherever it happens across your business. Learn more at teamviewer.com/workbetter.
These are the Daily Tech headlines for Monday, May 26th, 2025. I'm Tom Merritt. Bloomberg's Mark Gurman says his sources say Apple may launch a low-end smart home hub by the end of this year. A more advanced version with a robotic arm, you may have heard rumors about that, will not come for a year or two, according to Gurman. Gurman's sources previously told him the product was delayed because of issues with Apple Intelligence and Siri. Nvidia is trying once again to create a chip that can run generative models that it can sell to China without being restricted by its home country, the United States. The H20 was designed on the older Hopper architecture specifically to avoid restrictions, but the U.S. wrote new restrictions to stop sales of it to Chinese companies. And now Reuters says its sources say Nvidia has a new, cheaper design that's actually based on the current Blackwell chips and will go into mass production in June. Another Blackwell-based design for China is said to go into production in September as well. Some cracks are showing in the booming affordable EV market in the world, led by China's BYD. This weekend, BYD announced new price cuts and subsidies that would bring its cheapest EV down to the equivalent of $7,765 in U.S. currency. That prompted the chairman of competitor Great Wall Motor to compare the Chinese automobile industry to the debt-ridden property market there, which has been collapsing. He used the word Evergrande. He did not name any specific EV manufacturer, but said heavy losses and a prolonged price war has put the Chinese EV industry in an unhealthy state. Android Auto, that's Google's software that takes data from your phone and modifies it and displays it on the car screen in a usable way, is getting some updates. Updated Spotify support, a light mode, passkey support for web browsers and video apps, and Android also is adding Quick Share to Android Auto. That lets users in the car add things like stops to an in-progress Google Maps navigation. OpenAI's Deep Research feature can now access files from Dropbox or Box if you wish. This makes it easier to have the feature use your files to do its research without you having to upload them individually. Lots of people reported that the President of the United States had said last week he would impose a tariff on Apple's iPhones if they didn't make them in the U.S., but at a press conference on Friday, less reported, the president clarified that such a tariff would apply to other phone makers as well. He named Samsung and Google by name. Many electronics had been exempted from previous tariffs, and the administration had said it would deal with them separately. That looks to be what this means. Disney's joint streaming venture with Reliance, Jio Hotstar, added 230 million subscribers in 3 months to reach 280 million. That puts it real close to the worldwide leader Netflix's 300 million. The service has been boosted by its rights to Indian Premier League cricket. About 450 million people have watched IPL matches on Jio Hotstar since March. Finally, OpenAI has set up a legal entity in the Republic of Korea with plans to open an office in Seoul. South Korea has the second largest number of paying ChatGPT subscribers behind the U.S. It'll be OpenAI's third office in Asia. They already have one in Japan and one in Singapore. For more analysis of the tech news of the day, subscribe to dailytechnewsshow.com. You can find show notes and links to all the headlines there as well. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next time.
When you think of hot, you might think about the tragic time you ate too much wasabi. Or about getting into your car on a summer day when it feels more like stepping into a sauna. But heat can work in your favor, like during Verizon Red Hot Deal Days. Get hundreds of hot deals on all your favorites, like iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence, Apple Watch Series 10, and iPad, on any plan. Only until May 28th for new and existing customers. Offer available on My Plan. Only at Verizon.
If you work as a manufacturing facilities engineer, installing a new piece of equipment can be as complex as the machinery itself. From prep work to alignment and testing, it's your team's job to put it all together. That's why it's good to have Grainger on your side. With industrial-grade products and next-day delivery, Grainger helps ensure you have everything you need close at hand through every step of the installation. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.